Gold makes a brand new all-time high, silver smashing through resistance. Let's take a look at both, including platinum. You are watching Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. This is gold on the weekly time frame, priced in USD. We have $2,792.93 US dollars. You can see very clearly the previous all-time high, which was only in late October last year, has been finally smashed through, a couple of dollars higher. But let's take a quick look, and it's great to see gold at a new all-time high. Congratulations to all. So we've had a little top out here so far, the high of $2,798.50 on this particular index. We're using the tradingview.com website. So let's see where we can potentially go from here. Obviously, no one knows exactly what any asset is going to do, but we have broken a new all-time high, and I will give myself a little bit of props, just a little bit, because we were talking about this level here of 2,735 US dollars. That was the final hurdle for me, which we needed to break above and hold above. And then I said final hurdle for new all-time highs soon. Okay, so imminently, like in days and weeks, not months and months and months from now. Okay, that was based on this Fibonacci level right here. Okay, from that high and that low, and you can see it's the 0.786 right here. Let me show you. Let me get that out the way for you. There we go. You can see that right here, 0.786. Okay, right there, 2,735. We had this move up to the now previous all-time high, the move down here. We have these Fibonacci lines right here. I did say needed to close and hold above. We broke out, made a almost new all-time high, almost going to be a double top, but we found that support, and that's exactly what we needed. And you can see it spiked down basically exactly to it, closed a couple of days above it, which is even better, and then onwards and upwards we go. So we are now in all-time high territory for gold. What happens from here? I don't know, neither do you, but let's do some, I guess, both sides of the bullion coin stuff. Okay, so let's assume from here that we keep going up. Okay, so what are the next sort of levels that we're looking at? Now, by the way, on my complete macro view of gold, we are going much, much higher in the next 5-10 years. We're talking multiple thousands, you know, probably even up to your 5-figure, like up to your 10,000 US dollar gold area, potentially in the next, again, 5-10 years, roughly. But some little stops along the way. I think the next main stop is right here, and I think it's pretty obvious to see. Okay, so this is based on Fibonacci, and I'll pop it onto the weekly for you very quickly. You've got the next stop is the psychological value of 3,000, anywhere between there and basically a $200 range between the psychological value of 3,000 and the top end around about 3,200 US dollars. Now, basing obviously the 3,000 on the psychological value, okay, I think it's close enough to this Fibonacci level of the 1.618 from this high and this low. Watch out for there maybe, but I think probably it's the 3,000 psychological value is more like a magnet, which would probably pull it up to there. And then of course you've got the 2.618 from this high and this low, and that's at around about 3,200 US dollars. Okay, so that's my opinion. You do you. Dollar cost averaging, that's the best way to go. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter where the price goes over the long term. No, as long as you're buying on the regular, every paycheck, once a month, whatever it is for you, is averaging your cost in. Okay, but just bear that in mind. Now, on the relative strength index, the only thing, so I guess let's talk about the contrarian view. Okay, the opposite view. Always have to look at it. We have been on the weekly time frame. We've already been extremely overvalued on the weekly. Now, we have started to tick back into extremely overvalued, but we're not there yet. So potentially, is this, you know, we've got to float this as well. Potential double top, I don't know. I put that as a less of a chance. Okay, I think we do continue up from here, but let's look at that. For example, you could have a mover topping out on the RSI around about here, and then that's kind of like a dead cat bounce, if that makes sense. So there's your big spike, your dip, and then your relief rally, and then dead cat bounce. Certainly got to look at that. So on the downward side, what do we need to do in order to say that we're not going to continue, oh, it's not going to be a double top and then we head right down? We need to hold at least the mother of all trend lines. What's the mother of all trend lines, you ask? For the uninitiated, let me just show you very quickly. Go back to the quarterly time frame, and I'll get rid of you. Quarterly time frame. This is the mother of all trend lines that goes all the way back to 1980. This is the entire gold price since forever and a day. Okay, well, at least since like 1967. All right, the high in 1980. There's the high in 2011. It formed the mother of all trend lines, the largest trend line ever in history. Okay, and the fact that we are above it right now is looking fantastic on the quarterly time frame. So obviously, we just need to hold that. Okay, so if I pop you back onto the weekly time frame, wherever that turns out to be, because that goes through time rather than price, okay, it just needs to hold that. So if we have a bit of a dip, okay, I mean, that's not great, but as long as we hold that and do something like that, not a problem at all. That's not what I'm expecting. I'm just giving you, again, the other side of the coin because you have to look at both sides. But bias is to the upside at the moment with that 3,000 to 3,200, the next sort of major stop along the way. What I would be expecting is another breakout and potentially another retest. Now, technically, we have had a breakout and we didn't find it as support, although that was a false breakdown. So possibly, okay, and this is all spitballing stuff, right? So maybe up to here or maybe even up to here, and then a retest through time, okay? And then that's where you find the bounce maybe. Okay, that's possible. Or hey, you could just rock it up from here. Wouldn't that be great too? So those are the basic scenarios. So yes, next up, 3,000 to 3,200 is my personal opinion, and dollar cost average is the best way to go. Looking fantastic for gold, okay? Just watch out for that, and, if you really want to be safe, okay, just hold that 2,735. Cool. That's it. That is gold. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations to everyone. Let's look at gold quickly on the Australian. Oh, it's broken. All right, on the Australian dollar index, of course, I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia. I have subscribers all around the world. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. But you can see very clearly on the Australian dollar, the mother of all trend lines has now been broken. I did think that might act as some kind of resistance, but no, because gold is shooting through with USD, then it has broken through. Now, I would expect a breakout and a retest on the Australian dollar gold price. So, for example, I don't know where it can go to, but pick an area. I think that will come back and retest it, is my guess, around about your 4,400, 4,500 Australian dollar area right there. That's my best guess. Breakout and retest. So, but all-time highs for gold in Australian dollars. Oh man, this is fantastic. So we are all-time highs in both currencies, and we're probably all-time highs in other foreign currencies as well. Post a comment below right now. Have you just posted a new all-time high in your foreign currency? Canadian dollar, whatever it is, okay? You tell me. I want to hear from you. Congratulations again to all. That is gold doing absolute great guns. Let's take a look at silver. Silver is smashing through my resistance level of 31 US dollars. We're on the weekly time frame, $31.56 US cents. We'll take a quick look at the AUD, at the Australian dollar price as well. All right, we did it, people. Okay, great news. Okay, so talking about 31 US dollars, big level for me personally. You do you, listen to other people, no problem at all. But 31 was a major level. Let me show you why very quickly. How can I show you without doing all the other stuff? Probably can't, actually. Give me one moment and I'll just show you the reasons why. Let me give you a quick little look-see over here. Can I find it? Best buy zone? No, I need the 1980s fib. No, don't worry about it. So because from this high and this low, we'll just pop it in. There we go. From this high, we're talking about the old highs of the 1980s and the old lows of the late 1990s and the early 1990s right there. You can see a very key Fibonacci level at 31 US dollars. It had failed right here. Let me get rid of that for a second. So right there. Okay, there's your beautiful Fibonacci. Oh, and I just deleted it. Okay, give me 1 second, people. Right there. Thanks for your patience. I'm not going to re-record this. Why would I bother? There you go, right here. There's your 31 US dollar level right there. That's a key Fibonacci. It's the 0.618 from the very old highs, okay, and the very old lows. And we had failed for about 11, 12 years, we had failed to close any month. We'd spiked above, but we'd failed to close any month for like 11, 12 years above that $31 level. Okay, again, spiked above it, but never closed at or above it. Okay, until September, right here. October, September, where are we? This is on the quarterly time frame, on the monthly time frame. There, we did it in September. Finally, after years and years and years, we close. See, spike, no close, spike, no close, spike, no close, right? Finally close it. That's when I said we are now 100% in a bull market for silver rather than being 99% sure. That confirmed it for me. Now, we did have that move up to around about 35 US dollars, and that moved back down, but I was confident that's just short-term noise. Okay, it's just a consolidation, and that we would continue upwards from here. What I just needed to see was it break back above 31 US dollars. Now we're back above it, and that's great to see. I do need to see it hold at least on a weekly time frame. It probably will at this stage. It's looking very good. If you remember what I said here, we were testing this 31 area a couple of times, 1 spike, 2 spikes, 3 spikes. And I said, obviously, the more times you test an area, the more likely it is to be taken out. And we've certainly seen that. So that is really great news for silver. So we're back in the good area, okay? The technical term, the good area. Okay, what I really need to see though, just for real confirmation, okay, is breaking and closing above $32.50. So that's the real clincher, okay? 31 is fantastic. If we can close the week above it, brilliant. Okay, we haven't closed a week above 31 since November. Okay, that's a very positive sign. Okay, but if we can close above this spike right here, $32.50, that is go, go, go time for continued upward movement. Let's talk about some potential higher prices then, and we'll do the downside just in case. Okay, $38.50 is the next the next final hurdle. It's the final hurdle for new all-time highs for me. Okay, so once again, large Fibonacci. Okay, so once again, taking it from the old high and the old lows. Again, this is a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? We've got that. It's a little bit, there we go. Let me get rid of all that for you. A little bit noisy. I'll just get rid of all that for you so you can see that much better. Cool, cool. Yeah, all of that. Great. Key fib, fantastic. Trend line, we don't need you. Great. Right here. So from this high and this low, you can see the next major Fibonacci level is at the 0.786. So we've broken through the 0.618 at 31 US dollars, and the next one is at $38.50. That is the final hurdle for new all-time highs for me. Remember we talked about gold's final hurdle, which was 2,735. In silver terms, it's $38.50. Okay, now it's looking fantastic, and of course, what you can all see here very clearly, the world's largest cup and handle formation, 44 years in the making. We're going very likely, like 95% chance, we are moving higher in the next number of years. We're getting into triple-digit silver, no doubt. We'll even talk about high triple-digit silver maybe in another video, in a separate one, or on the live show. But $38.50 is right there. It's the final hurdle. Okay, so I'm expecting possibly a little bit of resistance here. Okay, so maybe watch for something like that. But as soon as we start, or it could just, sail through. But as soon as we start sailing through and closing weeks and preferably closing months. Okay, days don't really do it for me. It's the weeks and the months. If we start closing weeks or months above $38.50, okay, might find some resistance here. But if you start closing above it, that is the time to go. Oh, it's just new all-time highs coming for silver imminently. Okay, and we're talking in just like a few short months. Okay, looking fantastic. The next high point after that, yeah, maybe we shouldn't talk about it, but may as well. Blue sky thinking. Okay, the next sort of major little level, the next level to look out for is 75 US dollars. That I can almost guarantee you. Okay, that's going to be some kind of resistance level again, because we're dealing with very long-term time frame here. We're dealing with major Fibonacci levels, okay, that have played out very well over a long period of time. Okay, so I'm very confident in those. So watch out for $75 and the first level above triple-digit silver, and we're talking months and months and months from now. We're talking maybe a year or two. I don't know exactly, right? But just watch out for 120 US dollars. That's way down the track, okay? I'm not saying that's happening in a few months, but, got to zoom out to the macro. So that is silver. It's looking great, okay? And on the daily, looking fantastic above 31. Let's just quickly do some contrarian view. Okay, what do we need to see happen? We need to see 31 hold very clearly. That's all we need. Hold 31, and then probably very likely you might test that as support in the next couple of days. You never know. Once you break out of a major level, you come back and test it as support, and we want to see that. So that's great news. That would be good. What would not be good, which is a subjective term, because you might want to be buying lower. You never know. But what you don't want to see, preferably, is that. And then, okay, very likely, then you would potentially heading down to here. So I need to flip. As you know, while we have been below 31 US dollars, I've just been remaining with my bias to the downside and giving it like, your 70, 80% chance that we see the top end of the best buy zone at $28 hit. Now that we've flipped 31, I've got to flip my thing like that. I'll just give it right now. That's probably a 30, 40% chance at this stage that we see lower prices from here down to that 28 to 26. Now, will that flip again if we head back under 31? Yes, of course. But 31 is so key for me. That's why I can flip it like that. So anyway, look, silver is looking fantastic. Let's move onwards and upwards to that $32.50 area. Hey, great. And let's finally take a look at platinum, possibly the gold to silver ratio, but let's take a quick look at platinum. Ooh, yeah, platinum is going in the upward direction. Okay, all right, looking good. It's following so far the upward pattern. Okay, these squiggly lines. It was because we were underneath this trend line right here. We were just in a holding pattern because we were below this downtrend line, the thick yellow line that goes all the way back to 2008, the mother of all trend lines for platinum. I had been in no man's land between 930 and here. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. We needed to see a break of, right, whatever that is. We need to see a break of here. And we've seen it. So now we've broken above the mother of all trend lines. Let me just show you very quickly for all my new subscribers, if I have any new ones, which I actually do. Mother of all trend lines goes all the way back to 2008. We have broken above it again. This is on the quarterly time frame. You're looking at it right now, and on the monthly time frame. Okay. Now, closes are the most important things. As we say here, spikes mean SHIT. They mean nothing. Yeah, good, great to see it above the mother of all trend lines, cool, but we've been here 1,000 million times before. It's just like Lucy and the football, if you know that Charlie Brown reference. Lucy sets up the football, promises Charlie, I will never kick it, I won't kick it out, I won't pull it out from you ever again, and she does, okay? Always happens. So it's done it to me many, many times. It is my fickle mistress, platinum is. So look, great to see it above the mother of all trend lines there, but we're not out of the woods just yet. I've got to see it at least close a week, and really with platinum, I've got to see it close months above. But look, so far so good. It is potentially following this direction here. Definitely look out for resistance here. If we continue up, that's around about 985 US dollars. I would expect some resistance here and then come back and test this uptrend line. So literally this pattern is what I am expecting to be the most likely if we continue in the upward direction. Resistance, support, needs to break it. If we break through here and start closing, the next few weeks above here, then we're in my getting excited area. Okay, so below here, ultra depressed for platinum. In here, I'm just still depressed for platinum. Above the mother of all trend lines, I'm like cautiously excited. And above here, I'm getting excited, okay, for platinum. And I will be uber full, max epic bull platinum guy if when we close any month above 1,115 US dollars, that signals full bull for me. So far so good, but remain cautious with platinum. On the contrary, if we just do break down again, watch out for the belly of the best buy zone. That's anywhere between 900 to 750 US dollars with a bias to 870 or 840. That is platinum, and the gold to silver ratio is dropping a little bit. Silver is having a nice little moment, but gold is still the clear winner against silver at the moment. And you probably might find some support up against this uptrend line. So that's the gold to silver ratio, still favoring gold at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Good Morning Stackers, a pre-record today. Make sure you hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. We didn't get to do it at the start because this is not a live show, but let's do a synchronized slurp because I know you love it and you miss it when you don't get to have it. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, slurp your beverages. Thanks very much for watching, people. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. I'll see you on the live show.